Oh man. Can I have one of these?
Yeah.
Peanut butter balls. Peanut butter covered in chocolate. I like chocolate. I love you. Now folks, I would be lying to you if I said that today was an involved day. It's not. In fact, I spent a good majority of the day sleeping because I stayed up very late last night, but the other part of the day was making the corrections that I needed to make on the Nutcracker. And the corrections are made. I followed the list of corrections that the person wanted me to make. I made them. I exported the file, and I just have to burn it. I'm going to drop it off with them tomorrow. What I wanted to talk about today, I have a question on FormSpring, and the question just says, did you ever find out what was on the floppy disk from day 330? The answer to that is no. It's kind of hard to find computers that have floppy disk drives anymore, and you know, I've been at school, I've been busy at home, I haven't had a chance to look at it. I actually got this FormSpring question probably a week ago, but I haven't been able to answer it because I just didn't want to say no. What I wanted to say is yes, and here is what's on it. So, if you're not familiar with day 330, here's a small clip.
It's a floppy disk saying, learning to love means learning to live.
Does anyone have a floppy drive?
I don't.
No, not anymore.
The gist of it is, someone had sent me a very strange letter that was presumably from this guy here, who is affectionately named Mr. Dyslexic Heartbear. But included in that was a floppy disk. It was very weird because you can't really check floppy disks because no one has the drives. So what we're going to do, the only thing we're going to do, is figure out what is on the mystery disk. The good news is I have a computer that has a floppy disk drive. I have one single computer in the house that has the drive. I have several computers, only one that is old enough to have one. That computer is right here. Now obviously this computer desk has not been used for computers in quite a while. In fact, that computer is not hooked up. It's kind of hard to get to. Things get thrown in here while I'm away in college. So there's already stuff in here. When I get back from college, more stuff gets piled on. So reaching things over here is very, very difficult. And the problem is there is no monitor. So the only way I'm going to be able to check this is taking that tower and putting it into the office and hooking it up to a monitor or the television. So that's what we gotta do. Okay, first thing, and this is good advice to take with you. Always lift with the legs, not with the back. I was able to get the tower in here though, so the tower's in here, and I connected it to the TV. It's a little more convenient than connecting it to the monitors. Make sure that this thing actually works. I have not turned on this computer since I've been in college, I think. Okay, well, for some weird reason, it wasn't working. I think it had something to do with the cable I was using. So, I decided to hook up this to that, because mine run on DVI and this only has a VGA port. Should work now. Well, that's a good sign. Windows loaded up and I connected the mouse and that keyboard down there. It appears that the last time I used this computer I wiped it because there's nothing on the screen. This is the default XP background. I got, you know, recycle bin up in the corner and it wanted me to take a tour of XP, so it's been a long time since I used this computer. However, it does have a floppy drive, and this is the disk that I received on day 330. If you look through it, it says Early Learning Series, blah 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 blah, and then written on top in Sharpie says Learning to Love means learning to live. No idea what's on this. But doggone it. It's been too long. I'm ready to find out. It looks like it really is just a game, or some kind of learning program. We have a winner. This is a first words learning something or other game. And what you're looking at is a game that fits entirely on a floppy. You got Card Circus, Magic Leather Machine, Dinosaur Surprise. Oh my word, I want to be surprised by a dinosaur. Help me color my favorite dinosaurs. How do I do that? What? Okay, so either it's frozen or the mouse ceased to work. And the keyboard was never hooked up, but I think I'm done. It was nice finding out what was on this disc and installing an old game through DOS, but yeah, I think my dinosaur has been surprised enough. I kind of half expected the person to have overwritten the files on this disc with like a picture of that dog, bear, puppy, whatever it is, but that didn't happen. Just for kicks, I had a stack of floppies that have been laying here forever, most of them unlabeled. So just for kicks, I put some of them in just to see what was on them. Crazy stuff, like weird stuff. But among the things I found were remnants of an RPG Maker game, and I was like, man, RPG Maker. It's kind of a weird stinger because normally the stinger is like something funny, but this was just like, oh man, childhood memories. Did you guys ever use RPG Maker? Because I did, like a lot. Yeah, all of it's gone now. It's kind of sad. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to bed now.